Greetings. Back on another video. In this video, we talking about self-reflecting. Right now, it's a full moon. They say the strawberry moon. The full moon is like now because it's the daytime, but I'm talking about, at night. And doing some self-reflecting, observing past, present, and future, removing what no longer serves me and embracing good things to come in my life. So we just gotta take time in this world to reflect, self-reflect, and know what serves you and what doesn't. So self-reflection, being honest with yourself, being truthful to yourself, just knowing what you're worth and knowing what you want. Sometimes we gotta make sacrifices to move forward in life, because staying still won't get you anywhere. You'll be staying still, praying and wishing that something was gonna happen, but manifestation doesn't work like that. Sometimes you gotta remove the clutter so new clutter can come in, or new things can come in. So self-reflecting, knowing your worth, knowing what you deserve, knowing what you don't want anymore, just being true to yourself, and everything will come into play. It's all about change, that's it. We get sick of things that it just doesn't help us move forward in life. I get it. We just need a little boost of hope, because right now in this world, a lot of people feel like they need an answer from something, because putting your faith in a man, which is our president, ain't doing it. A lot of people want answers for certain things, and we ain't getting it. We live in a selfish society where they do not empathize towards the working class. So who do you depend on when your government ain't even looking out for you? I'm not asking for anything, but making the world better, lowering the interest rates, bringing American jobs back, period. Everything is declining. Almost every news episode I've been watching since this year alone, plane accidents. I don't know if it's staged. I don't know if it's fake news. I don't know. I'm just clueless about a lot of things now in this world, because self-reflecting, feeding your mind. Are you feeding your mind with shit? Are you feeding your mind with good stuff? So moving on, learning to move on. And the biggest weakness in us is not letting go. Sometimes we got to learn to let go, which is we're at a job that you feel like you're overworking yourself. Sometimes you just got to let go. You can only hang on for so long, but if you don't see no hope, then it's hopeless, you know. Right now, the world is pretty crazy, you know, with all these layoffs and stuff like that. You know, it's anybody could be next. You just never know the way things is. Plus, on top of that, when that whole AI thing starts taking off, you know, a lot of people depend on certain careers, and nobody's sacred. That's all I'm saying. Nobody's sacred. Once this AI comes in, nobody's sacred. You probably think you are, but trust me, it doesn't matter how educated you are. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how much of a hard worker you are. You can be replaced. So we're learning to you know, reflect on ourselves. Sometimes not working overtime, spending more time with family, you know, going on basic vacations. You know, you don't have to go all out and, you know, spend a lot of money, but you can do things where you don't have to spend that much money if you're in that position. You know, just self-reflect, just be happy, chase what makes you happy, because life is too short. And if you live in misery, you'll stay in misery. So it is what it is, you know. Self-reflect, reflecting yourself, care about yourself, put yourself first, and learn to take risk. Just know that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes we have to make sacrifices for a better life. And I'm not talking about you know, dark magic. I'm talking about I'm basically talking about just, you know, just doing things that normally you wouldn't do. Like, you know, maybe make a bigger change for better for yourself. You know, it's all about changing your future for your family and for yourself. Put yourself first. But if you got family, you know, help them out too. I mean, I'm saying like your kids and stuff like that. Do what's best for you and your family. That's the way I see it. I don't judge people. Self-reflect, know what you're worth, know what you want, and don't allow people to talk you out of it. If you feel in your gut that something's for you, go with it. So we're talking about self-reflecting, taking the time to heal as well, and to know what you want. Because if your mind is clouded and you're trying to make an important decision, sometimes it's better just to sit back and reflect, self-reflect, before you regret making that choice. Because you might not regret it at the moment you make the choice, because your mind was clouded and you were so clouded full of hate and trauma, and, you know, you just wasn't thinking correctly. And then down the line, you're just like, okay, I regret that I didn't take the time to self-reflect and knowing 1,000% sure of what I wanted. Instead, you just thought about your emotions. Your emotions was through the roof, and you decided to make a choice instead of thinking about the decision behind the choice. And it's all about growth, you know. It's all about change, in a direction for you to make your life better. Nobody can make your life better but you. Your reality matters, you know. So that's really it. Just self-reflect on what you want. Peace.